Harvey Ball drew a yellow smiley and received $45. Other people used similar smiles and built businesses worth vastly more. That sounds like the beginning of a courtroom drama. Unfortunately, the evidence is a circle, two eyes, and a curved line. So here is today's surprisingly difficult question. Can anyone own a smile? Or does the smile eventually own all of us? Welcome back to Hidden Hands of History. In Episode 1, graphic designer Harvey Ball created the famous 1963 smiley for an insurance company friendship campaign. He was paid $45 and did not trademark it. The image escaped into popular culture, and the world discovered that happiness was extremely easy to print on a coffee mug. Now, the commercial race begins. In Philadelphia, brothers Bernard and Murray Spain recognized the smiley's commercial potential. They paired a similar yellow face with the phrase, "Have a happy day," and sold it on buttons and other products. The design became hugely popular in the early 1970s. Harvey had seen a morale symbol. The Spain brothers saw a merchandising opportunity, wearing an enormous yellow hat. Across the Atlantic, French journalist Franklin Loufrani used a smiley symbol to highlight positive stories in the newspaper France Soir. He registered his design as a trademark in France in 1971 and later developed an international licensing business. That business became the Smiley Company. Similar basic ingredients, yellow circle, black eyes, curved mouth, but now supported by trademarks, contracts, and people who definitely understood royalties. It is tempting to describe all of this as one simple theft. The historical reality is messier. Smiley face drawings existed before Harvey, and multiple people developed different versions, phrases, and commercial systems. Harvey's importance is specific. He created the influential yellow and black design for State Mutual in 1963. He helped define the modern smiley, but the basic idea of a smiling face was never born from one pencil. The smiley is powerful because it is almost ridiculously simple. But that simplicity makes ownership complicated. How do you control a circle, two marks, and a curve? It is like trying to own the stick figure, or the expression your dog makes when you open the refrigerator. Specific designs and uses can be protected. The universal idea of happy face, however, is much harder to place behind a fence. Over the following decades, the smiley developed different personalities. It represented optimism, consumer culture, fashion, and later the energy of acid house and rave scenes. Sometimes it meant genuine happiness. Sometimes it was ironic, the visual equivalent of saying, "Everything is fine," while the room is clearly on fire. The smiley was no longer one company's morale button. It had become a cultural actor with an alarmingly full calendar. Then emotion moved on to computer screens. People used text symbols such as the sideways smile, and later colorful emoji transformed digital conversation. Harvey's design did not directly invent emoji. Emoji have their own history, especially in Japan. But the classic smiley helped make one idea feel universal. A simplified face can communicate emotion instantly. It became the friendly grandfather of the emoji keyboard, a grandfather who had one expression and considered that perfectly sufficient. Harvey was not known for bitterness about the lost fortune, but he did worry that the smiley's meaning had become buried beneath products and marketing. The face appeared everywhere, yet a printed smile did not automatically create real kindness. You could place it on almost anything. Even a broken vacuum cleaner could become a positive lifestyle appliance if the packaging looked cheerful enough. So in 1999, Harvey created World Smile Day, celebrated on the first Friday in October. Its message was wonderfully simple. Do an act of kindness. Help one person smile. No complicated membership, no 12-page happiness application. Just make somebody's day a little better. It was Harvey's way of reconnecting the famous face with a real human action. Companies could register trademarks, businesses could sell products, lawyers could produce documents thick enough to stop a door. But kindness belonged to everybody. This was the elegant ending to Harvey's story. He could not control every yellow circle in the world, but he could invite people to use the idea behind it. Harvey Ball died in 2001 at the age of 79. His family continued supporting World Smile Day through the Harvey Ball World Smile Foundation. He never became a smiley billionaire. He owned no luxury mansion shaped like a yellow circle and no private jet named Smiley One. But his 10-minute drawing became one of the clearest pieces of visual communication in modern history. Financially, Harvey's deal was terrible. Let us not pretend otherwise. But culturally, the design was unbelievably successful. It crossed languages, borders, and generations. You see it and understand the message without instructions. Harvey's story asks a lovely question. Is creative success measured only by money, or also by how many people an idea reaches? So the next time you send a smiling emoji, remember Harvey Ball, the artist who created a global icon, earned almost nothing from it, and still found a reason to smile. If this hidden story made your day a little brighter, follow the channel, share the episode with someone who needs a smile, and tell us in the comments, would you have shared the design or trademarked it immediately? Be honest, kindness is beautiful, but royalties are also quite nice.